Hello everyone, welcome to Vic's Tarot Guidance. Welcome all of you that are new and all of you returning today to this channel. Don't forget to subscribe down below if you haven't yet. And if you're interested in booking a personal tarot reading, you currently can get 50% off a tarot reading with me for December. So the link to that is down below. It's going to take you to the Ko-fi website where you can book your reading with me. So today what we're tapping into is how does your person see you? How do they view you at this time? We have three different groups to pick from for today's video. Group number one here is going to be the Hummingbird energy. Group number two is going to be the Buffalo energy or the Buffalo spirit. And group number three is going to be the Dragon spirit or Dragon spirit guide energy. So these are the three groups that you can pick from. As always, you can pick more than one group for your person. You can also pick different groups for different people. If you're interested in someone else, like a friend or a stranger on the street or someone you know from work as well, you can ask about them just to tap into how do they view you, how do they see you at this time. This is not necessarily just love focused, it can also be friendship or just any acquaintance focused or family focused. If you're curious about someone in particular, you can ask about them. So with that being said, these are the three groups that you can pick from. The timestamps are down below in the description box. Pick whatever number of video you want for whatever number of people you want to pick. And if you're new to pick a card, allow yourself to just be drawn towards the group that is calling towards you the most, the group that is sort of drawing you in the most. It's sort of popping out to you the most right now. You might also find like there's a certain synchronicity or an association in your mind with a particular number in the timestamp. So do scroll down below and look at the timestamp numbers as well. You might find some inspiration there. So thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you all in your chosen groups. The timestamps are down below and they're going to take you to your groups. So I'll see you all there. Make sure to pause the video right now if you feel like you need a bit more time. Hello, group number one, welcome to a reading. So you have picked the Hummingbird today as your card for how does your person or the person that is on your mind see you at this time. So let's get into this. Let's first of all just bring out these two cards and then we're going to go focus on the rest of the tarot. So we have the Hummingbird showing up here. With the Hummingbird energy, you're seen as someone who is very quick on their feet, very quick when it comes to coming up with solutions to things. From a person's perspective, you're like almost like very quick. You have a lot of ideas. You're like a very resourceful person as well. They think of you as someone who is very like cute, has a cute type of energy. There's something about you that's just kind of shimmering, sparkling, like a sparkling type of energy. You know, like sparkling wine or sparkling water, it has like that little fizziness to it. That's how they kind of associate you in that type of feeling, like there's a little bit of like that fizziness to you, like that movement, constant little movement energy, and very mentally able to do different things, very strong mental and just IQ, I guess, or just the intelligence. The way that you solve problems is very high. We also have the octopus showing up here. So the octopus, with the octopus energy, this is like, again, like a lot of resourcefulness, ability to think outside of the box, like the ability to handle a lot of different things at once as well. With the octopus energy, it's like, yeah, you're very good at multitasking and at handling different problems or doing different like things all at once, and it's kind of natural for you. It's not like you're struggling with that, or at least that's what your person perceives. Like you can really also very quickly shift perspectives and like shift where you're going, what you're doing. It's almost like a natural skill to you, right? I'm also hearing whimsical, so very whimsical energy with the hummingbird especially. You feel like a very positive person, very enthusiastic overall, like spiritually very resourceful as well. But it's almost like you have an endless well of energy inside of you. It's almost like a bit of a golden retriever energy, but like in a very intelligent way. Not saying that the golden retrievers are not intelligent, but just, with the octopus here, there's another level to what you can do, right? Your person really, really thinks that you can do a lot in this world that you don't even realize, or that you're playing yourself small right now. They kind of think that you're playing yourself small right now. Anything else? Being with people rejuvenates you. It's what they're thinking about you. This person would say that you're an interesting mix between like introvert and extrovert. They would consider you an ambivert person. I feel like that's the word. Not really sure though. But it's like you are someone who is good with people, is good in social situations from your person's perspective. Now, that might not be true from your perspective, right? But they just think like you're very good with people, but they also do consider you an introvert. With the octopus energy, there's that energy of like aloofness to you as well. You're a little bit aloof, you're a little bit isolated often, you're a little bit of a wallflower often as well, but also like very smart, curious. You're seen as someone who loves to learn as well. Also as someone who can sometimes be a little bit pushy. So a little bit pushy, insistent on what they want, insistent on their own things. So kind of really, kind of pushing their own, let's say, agenda, for lack of a better word. So let's see, yeah. You can sometimes be a little bit sharp with people as well, like a little bit sharp, a little bit hardcore, but it's all from like a good standpoint, right? So your person kind of knows that you're not here to hurt people or anything like that. So yeah, it's like you live life fully. They would consider you to be a person who at least is on that path to living life fully in this lifetime. Okay. So with the octopus, again, it's an energy of intelligence, very strong interest, being also patient and firm, and very engaged with things. Like there is a curiosity to you. You love to learn. You love to solve problems is what's coming through here. Sometimes your person might also see you as a little bit needy, clingy, or someone who kind of is, again, playing themselves small. Yeah. Like you also need time to yourself, but you're also sometimes playing yourself small. It's like you don't have the courage to fully express the intensity of who you are, because they kind of sense in you some like big person, like especially with the hummingbird is like this little like tiny thing, and then with the octopus we have like this grandiose big animal species, and it's like wow, it's so incredible what they can do. Like when your person sees you in your element, it's like so incredible what you can do. And then you're kind of get the hummingbird like kind of smallish, like fluttering around doing your own thing, and they just kind of want you to do more awesome things. This person wants to see you kind of fly and really, express yourself, really like just expand yourself. With the octopus, what I just saw, like the tentacles going everywhere, making yourself very big. That's the energy here. All right, so you have a lot of creative ideas. Let's see what else wants to come through here. So we have the 5 of Swords energy. So a little bit argumentative, or just someone who doesn't mind standing up for themselves, standing up to other people. We have the Magician. Beautiful. Let's just look at all the cards. Queen of Wands energy. We have the 3 of Wands energy. We also have here the Knight of Cups energy. And we have the Strength card right? I love how the sun is kind of coming through over here and shining on the Knight of Cups energy. So right now I feel like this aspect is the most illuminated for your person. Literally the sun being like, hey, oh, here I am. So illuminated love, illuminated idealism. Your person considers you to be very idealistic, like idealistic to a fault sometimes. Like you really see the world from this like gentler perspective that they sometimes kind of struggle with, or they just consider you to, you know, just not recognize certain areas of life that, you know, need to be more down to earth. They do consider this to be your strength as well as your weakness, like this idealistic perspective of situations. You have a lot of purity inside of you, so you're a very pure person. Very, very like childlike is what I feel by that. Very much like in tune with your joy. Someone who loves to explore. Someone who is, you know, not afraid to be silly. You're also someone, again, who's very powerful, someone who has strong will, very strong determination to carry through what the heck they want to carry through, what the heck they want to manifest. You're going to be the type of person who manifests that. Again, a sense of like strength to you, like being a creator of your reality. There's a certain energy here of also like entrepreneurial events, or just entrepreneurial type of spirit. Like you are someone who could have their own business, or could be a manager in a particular firm that you really care about as well, or for a particular cause that you really care about. You are a good, let's say, leader here with these two coming through. You're also very social, again with the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is also like a very social, bubbly, confident character, and that really just falls in alignment with what I was saying before with the Hummingbird energy. What else? Very fiery, very passionate. There's a feeling here of like just someone who can be a little bit bossy, right? Someone who can be bossy, someone who also wants things to be done their own way. So there's this kind of feeling of I know best sometimes from you, just with all these cards. And also with the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups can sometimes have a bit of that like idealistic I know best type of feeling or type of energy. Even though it's a very loving energy as well. But yeah, that's what's coming through. You don't shy away from conflict necessarily. You know, you're not going to be someone who is going to let things slide. You're not going to be someone who is a doormat for others. That's how this person views you. You have a lot of great things ahead of you. Like there's so much stuff that you still have to accomplish from this person's perspective. There's so much that you have to do or can do in this lifetime. They just see all these potentials for you. I feel like this person sees a lot more potentials for you than you see for yourself, because they just really can tune into you from a more like objective perspective, and they're like, oh my gosh, look at all these things that you can do, group number one. Like, oh my gosh, that's so incredible, so amazing. They see a lot of achievements in your future as well. A lot of achievements, a lot of like incredible things, a lot of traveling overseas as well here. Like a lot of travel in general. Like you're right now like in the beginning of your journey from this person's perspective, because there's so much more than you that you have to do still. With the Knight of Cups energy, you're very loving, right? So you're someone who gives love or expresses love in a very, very gentle, open, heartwarming way, in a way that makes other people feel loved, feel secure around you. You're someone who can tame difficult spirits inside people as well. Like if someone is feeling sad or angry, you kind of have the ability to attune to that and resolve that in a natural way. So there is some type of healing energy to you, let's say. Just you have this ability to heal, to listen, to understand, to attune yourself to people, and at the same time approach things with you know the importance, the seriousness of the situation, but at the same time not in a pessimistic way, in a very positive way. Again, with the Hummingbird and with the Queen of Wands, there's this fluid positivity to you. and let's get things done. Let's approach things in like a realistic way, but also, you know, just let's get it done in a positive, loving way. And what else? Sometimes you can be a bit moody, is what I got here. A little bit moody. What else? You have a quiet confidence to you, like a quiet, very strong confidence to you. And yeah, very, very loving, very expressive with your love as well, with the Knight of Cups. So you're someone who gives love, someone who loves to express that you love something or someone, you know. So that's how they see you. Let's see, let's get these cards out. Let's get you some of the oracles now. So let's see. Magic happens when you most expect it. Yeah, your person sees you as someone who is always like expecting some type of magic to happen, some type of awesomeness to happen in your life. Someone who's always kind of living on this high for life as well. But also that doesn't mean that you are imbalanced. You're very balanced, you know, you're very realistic, but also you're like very positive, very optimistic about things, about life in general. And very like joyful, fulfilled about life. Let's see what else. We have rise. So they currently see you as someone who is rising in their life, someone who is on a journey to their fulfillment, to their prosperity, to their abundance, to their destiny. Someone who is expanding right now to really envelop the most of themselves, the most that they can be in this lifetime. So it's like you're really growing to become the best you that you can be in this lifetime from this person's perspective. So the sun is kind of illuminating the magic right now. I love the sun's like collaboration, let's say, in this reading. So lovely. Sometimes for the magic to happen, it's just guidance for you guys. Sometimes for the magic to happen, you do need to appreciate conflict as well. You need to be open to conflict. It's just, you know, standing your ground is important. Sometimes, you know, it's just a message that wanted to come through. So let's see what else. What does your person think? Welcome the divine masculine. So they do see you as someone who is very masculine in energy. Even though you come through as a very feminine person in general, you also have a lot of like masculine qualities, like leadership, this ability to take action. So very action oriented, action focused person. Very much like someone who is straight to the point, strong honesty, strong communication, strong intellect as well. Like intellect is very masculine energy, while, you know, wisdom is more feminine energy. So yeah, your person would consider you to be, you know, very intellectual, very smart, and through that just also quite a masculine, just masculine, not necessarily person, but just masculine energy. How you come across to them is quite a masculine feeling, quite a masculine energy sometimes, especially when you are in this mood of, you know, intellect and taking action, and also like standing up for conflict, like being like, let's butt heads right now, you know, standing up for yourself, standing up for your vision. So it's quite a masculine quality. Unstick the stuck. You can't stand things being stuck in your life is just what came through here. So not being able to stand stuckness or things that are not moving, like it annoys you. Get back to elemental. So you're also someone who just really loves to spend their time in nature. You find peace in nature. Your person sees you as someone who likes to go on walks as well, whether that's true or not, you know, you just are seen as someone who loves walking. What else? So before we get into the next deck, I just want to mention the zodiac signs that are coming through. So we have Aries, Leo, Sagittarius here with all this like powerful fire. We have Libra energy and a little bit of Leo here with strength as well. And we have Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio showing up with the Knight of Cups energy. Quite a lot of Mercury energy, so a good communication. You know, as a trait, being able to communicate well is a trait that your person associates with you. Okay, so let's see what else. for group number 1. How do they view them? We have Aries. Okay, so someone who is a little bit unpredictable at times. Yeah, I feel like your person just sometimes gets annoyed with the, I want to say, chaos that you bring into their lives. But it's just, I feel like it's just because this is just because your person doesn't want to unstick their own stuckness, right? So that's why you kind of bring chaos into their life to kind of just wake them up and go away or come out of that stuck energy. But they kind of like to be in the stuckness, and I feel like they get annoyed with you because of that. And that's, I feel like that's maybe why the conflict is there, like this 5 of Swords energy. We have Aquarius. So yeah, you're very, very intellectual, very real, right? With Aquarius, you're a very, very strong, real person, very authentic, you know, someone who is like, I'm going to be myself, going to say what I want to say. Love, like, oh my gosh, are you seeing this? A lovely sunlight. Like, I'm going to be real, I'm going to be me, I'm going to be smart, I'm going to be intellectual, I'm going to be a rebel, I'm going to do new things in life. We have new moon. So you're someone who is also a pioneer from this person's perspective, someone who doesn't mind doing new things, going against the current flow, trying new things, thinking of new things, you know, just being an inventor. And we have Chiron. So with the Chiron energy, it's like a wounded healer. So your person sees you as someone who's been through a lot. Someone who's been through a lot of pain, has a lot of experience in life, and just has a lot to offer to people as well. So there's a lot that you can give to other people through your own experience. It's like a wounded healer type of energy, someone who's maybe had a difficult childhood as well, you know, just someone who's been through a lot of stuff, someone who is a healer. You could be a medical professional or just work in a, I want to say, career, or just like have a certain interest that in a way helps people, right? So you're very knowledgeable as well with Chiron coming through. And yeah, there's this type of knowing, an acceptance of pain as a part of it all with you as well. Yeah. Also, you like to begin things, like you like to begin a lot of new things all the time. With the new moon, it's like there's always something new going on in your life. There's like a lot of spontaneity in your life as well. And yeah, just with Aquarius energy, your person sees you as quite a rebellious person, very humanitarian, right, overall, but naturally very, very rebellious. Like you have this urge to restructure society, and you want it to benefit all the people, right? Not just some, but like everybody. Everybody needs to be well off, like this core belief. And very humanitarian, very rebellious, social, a little bit offbeat. You can sometimes be temperamental. You can sometimes be a little bit aloof, as I said before. Also, you can sometimes be a little bit like, almost like neurotic a bit about some things from your person's perspective, just with Aquarius energy. So yeah, with Aries, you're seen a bit as a destroyer, just because you don't like the stuckness. You're not going to stand for stuckness. And it's like, oh my gosh, it's like making this person upset. It's like, oh my gosh, why are you telling me this? That like why are you bringing this to my awareness? I don't want to change, you know, it's that type of feeling. But you're this rebel person with Uranus. But it's like with Aries, you know, with Aries energy, Aries is a lot more hardcore than Uranus energy. Uranus is the, I want to say, the guardian, the guardian of Aquarius. So like the ruler of Aquarius, but like the guardian, it's better, right? So the guardian of Aquarius energy, it's like a very light-hearted, let's shift things up, let's be a rebel. But it's like her energy, Aries energy, is like rampage type of feeling, you know, bringing things to the other person's awareness in a very like hardcore manner. sometimes being angry at the other person, being like, what the F are you doing, right? What the F are you doing? Why are you doing that? Like, that sucks. Not maybe being as direct, but I feel like your person does see you as someone who is overall very, very direct energy. So yeah. Anything else here with Aries? Yeah, just that chaos energy. It's like they appreciate that about you. They really do. They appreciate your insights a great deal, but it's like sometimes it's just like, oh my gosh, why do I even need to hear this right now? They know that they need to hear it, but at the same time, it's like, what the fuck, it's just kind of being like, oh my gosh, you really, this is going to come out of my unconscious, subconscious mind into the conscious now, and I will have to deal with it. It's that type of feeling, like you trigger your person a little bit, just in the sense of just bringing what is not cool and what is stuck to the surface. So that's what they would say, that's what they would kind of associate with you. Thank you so much for tuning in for this tarot reading with me today, group number 1. Hope you enjoyed and hope this gives you some more clarity and guidance on how your person perceives you, views you, sees you at this time. If any of you want to get a personal tarot reading, check that out down below. The coffee website, we have 50% off. If you want to get 18 plus tarot readings, check out Patreon. The link is down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos. Let me know how this reading was for you down below in the comment section. Thank you, Sun, for connecting to us throughout this tarot reading, for collaborating with us. Thank you, thank you. And I'll see you soon in the next video, my darling group number 1. Hope you have a beautiful day and see you soon. Bye. Namaste. Hello, my darlings. Welcome to your tarot reading. Welcome, group number 2. Welcome to this collaboration with the Sun tarot reading today. Look at all this beautiful light that we have. So you have picked the Buffalo Spirit, the Buffalo energy for today's tarot reading. So let's get into this first. So we're going to look into these cards. First, the animal spirit cards, and then we're going to go into the tarot here that we have. So we have the buffalo coming through for you, the card that you picked, and we also have, let's just bring that into the light, we have the lizard coming through for you. Very interesting. Okay, I'm already feeling like you are seen as an old soul from your person. So let's get into these two energies. With the buffalo spirit, there's a very practical, very grounded nature to you. So your person sees you as someone who is very, very practical, very grounded as a person, very stable, someone who is like slow, steady, very, very pentacle energy, right? So someone who is very down to earth, very steady, very practical, like slow moving towards their own stuff, and just very solid in that energy. You're someone who is very perceptive of the world around you, but people don't necessarily see that about you, right? So people really, and your person also, like they notice the solid, like grounded, down to earth, realistic perception that you carry inside of yourself, but not necessarily all the like openness that you carry and you bring forth. There's also a lot of like insight that you have a lot of insight, very strong, powerful insight into things as well, and like it's just something that people don't necessarily expect from you. They don't expect that you would like have some of these like crazy, like mind-blowing ideas, but you do. You're very, very spiritual as well as a person, but it's like sometimes when you share those things, it's like unexpected. It's like they don't expect you to be sharing those things. I'm just going to keep this in the sun. So beautiful. So we also have the lizard energy showing up. So with the lizard, there's a feeling here of being an old soul, being someone who is quite calm. Again, like someone who likes to stay in their own shell more, someone who is more introverted, someone who gets noticed, but at the same time you like to go to the beat of your own drum. It's that type of feeling, like being just very, very much yourself, right? So you are your own type of person, very much someone who goes by the beat of their own drum, someone who is very trusting, but sometimes also restless, right? Yeah, you are not someone who is going to be like just turned back if there's any hardship on the road. You're someone who is just going to go forward, and someone who's going to continue with challenges, hardships, and you're not going to see that as a necessary, big obstacle, just like a bump in the road type of energy. You're someone who doesn't fear like the difficult aspects of life, is what I'm getting here. Just not afraid of the difficulty, not afraid of what might be going on, just kind of going where you feel like you need to go. With the buffalo especially, like there's this just direction that you have, strong direction for where you want to go in life. Also with the lizard, you're very, very instinctual, a very instinctual being, very instinctual person, very sensitive to energy, or just sensitive to the world around you. Your person would say that you're quite a sensitive person, and a dreamer person, like a very big dreamer energy. Of course, we are all dreamers in this lifetime, or in this like world that we live in, but you are more expressive of those qualities. Quite an artistic person as well, like creative, very artistic person. You might draw, or your person could see as someone who draws or expresses themselves in an artistic way in some way. Also telepathic, spiritual. Quite elusive sometimes, non-committal. A little bit like, and with some things you're just not fully reliable. Even though you're very solid and like very practical, there's also like a feeling of not fully being able to rely on you. So I don't want us to confuse like solid and stable with, just practical and committed to things. You're someone who sometimes like says that you might do something, but then you kind of don't because other things come through. And I feel like your person just doesn't see that as your big trait, like being committed to something. Like you're sometimes also like a bit aloof, a bit flaky as well. That's how they would describe you. Okay, you can get overstimulated very quickly as well. You kind of like to be in your own world, in your own just area where you get to do your own stuff and you feel comfortable there. So let's see. Let's see what else shows up for us. So we have the Wheel of Fortune showing up for you. We have the Ace of Cups. Wow, gorgeous. So the Ace of Cups energy. What else? We have the King of Cups energy. We also have the Empress energy. Yeah, the Empress. And here we have the Knight of Pentacles and the Seven of Swords as well. Okay, so the Knight of Pentacles, the Seven of Swords. Pardon me. So with the Seven of Swords, just going to begin here. With the Seven of Swords, you're going to go backwards. It feels like you're hiding something. It feels like there's something inside of you that's like creating some type of mischief, like you're hiding some type of knowledge or some type of an awareness. Your person can't quite figure that out with you. And they just kind of want to know more about you, but they just feel like you're not fully showing yourself to them. Yeah, there is a feeling here of sometimes, like something is always kind of hidden, right? Even though you're a very lovely person, you're amazing. It's so incredible to tune into you and spend time with you. Yet it's always like there is something that you're not sharing. There is something that is not being said. It's like this intuitive feeling that your person has with you, like there is something more behind the scenes and I can't get to it. I don't fully understand it. That type of feeling. It's that energy that you kind of elicit in your person. It's almost like you're holding some type of, let's say, almost like sacred knowledge within yourself, some type of knowing within yourself, and your person's kind of, just not aware of that, or not really aware of that, what's going on with that energy. They're kind of curious, but at the same time they don't really want to know because they're afraid of what you might tell them, what your your knowledgeable self could bring up to them, because they see you as someone who's also very like spiritually in tune with things, so they're kind of afraid that you might like tell them some type of truth that they're not really wanting to hear or don't want to be involved in right now, so they're kind of like skittish about that as well. Anyway, with the Knight of Pentacles, again, there's this solidness, slow, steady movement forward to get the job done, to do the things. You're overall very dutiful, but sometimes, as I said here, not fully committed to the things that you're doing. So sometimes, you kind of say something and then you're like annoyed that you have to do it. It's that type of feeling, just like, like a bit flaky energy. Even though you're very grounded, very practical, very, as I said, down to earth, very stable, slow and steady gets the job done. You're very hardworking as well. So your person sees you as a hard worker, someone who gets stuff done. And someone who's like interestingly private, interestingly secretive, like what's going on there? It's like they want to like peek behind the curtain and be like, ew, what's going on over there? I really want to know, but at the same time they're afraid of knowing. So yeah, that's the feeling here. With the Knight of Pentacles, that's the feeling there. Anything else? Consistency. So you're also someone who is quite consistent, perseverant to what you really care about, right? Sometimes they would say like you're someone who says yes to something and then you kind of don't want to do that anymore, and that's where the flakiness comes through. So there's someone who often like also yeses some things, so says yes to something, and that's like after a while you figure out that you don't really like that or don't want to do that, then you kind of flake out on it. What else? You're very methodical as well. Yeah, very methodical, very in tune with nature, someone who likes nature. Also a little bit of stubborn, occasionally very stubborn, and occasionally quite perfectionistic. So wanting things to be perfect, that's like something that kind of holds you down or holds you back often from this person's perspective. So the Empress energy. The Empress energy is all about like femininity. So you're very feminine. You're seen as someone who has a lot of feminine qualities by your person. So femininity is like the energy of receptivity, being receptive, being allowing, being open, nurturing, motherly towards other people. Also men can be motherly, or masculine energies can be, oriented towards that. So yeah, very, very like nurturing, taking care of other people, creating comfort for yourself and for others, taking care again of yourself, of others, especially emotionally as well. Your person also sees you as someone who is very wise. So with the Empress, there is a lot of wisdom that you have. You always, what's coming through here is also like you always have a reason for doing what it is that you're doing. You always have a reason for doing something. And you're very beautiful as well. With the Empress, you're very beautiful, you're very handsome. Also, like your heart, your internal being is very beautiful, very handsome, let's say. You're very abundant, nurturing. Like you're very creative as well. You always like have something coming into existence. Very creative energy here. You like to be in your creative zone, like to create, like to do creative stuff. Maybe have a hobby where you draw, or have a certain hobby where you like do certain creative things. They really like that about you, or just think that about you, and yeah, you're someone who really again adores nature. The Empress is an energy that's really deeply in tune with nature, in sync with nature. With the Knight of Pentacles, there's like this deep attunement to nature that you have. Anything else? Very like seductive, very, very attractive. Like Venus with the Empress energy is like a very seductive, alluring type of quality, and you kind of draw them in. You kind of draw this person towards yourself. With the King of Cups, you have a very like calming effect on people. So especially on them, like they are not sure about other people, But yeah, with the King of Cups, there is this feeling of sharing your love in a very gentle, mature way, without like imposing anything on anyone, but just really sharing this calming essence and peacefulness with other people. You bring a very mature perspective to situations, to conversations as well. You know, if there's talk of emotions or talk of connections or relationships, you bring up a very, you know, very, very loving approach to things. Like, you make people consider connections and relationships in different ways. You're just someone who likes to think of things in different ways as well, like unconventionally sometimes. You're very emotionally balanced from this person's perspective. You're seen as someone who is mature, compassionate, wise, and calm, right? You have a very balanced heart. You're a good listener. So someone who is a good listener, someone who is very attuned to the person that they're listening to as well, very much like in contact with them, feeling into them. Nurturing as well, like, and supportive of whatever it is that someone else is going through. You're very heart based, like living from the heart. That's also something that makes you flaky, by the way. So like being heart based, like saying yes to things, you know, from the heart when it feels right, and then after a while it doesn't feel right anymore. It's like, you know, it's like then it's not carried through, because the heart's like, yeah, no, not anymore. I don't resonate with that anymore. So yeah, a very heart-based energy here, and it makes you very attractive, right? It's like this calming serenity that makes you very attractive. With the Ace of Cups, your person sees you as someone who has a lot going on romantically. Like, you are someone who attracts a lot of love, a lot of people in your life. You're someone who always has like new romantic beginnings, or they just see you as someone who always has something going on romantically for you. Like, you have a lot of like people around you who are interested in you and things like that. I just heard, who wouldn't be interested in them? Like, right? So your person's like, ooh, they must have a lot of interest. They must have a lot of people pouring energy into them. Your person does love you a lot as well. They're very drawn to you. You know, as we said here, there's attraction here. They are a bit annoyed with you sometimes, so they get a bit like angry. Not really angry, but like annoyed, chagrined, let's say, with you. Frustrated a little bit with you as well occasionally. Overall, they see you as compassionate and creative person, and someone who is living from an open heart as much as possible, as much as they can. And yeah, they just see you as someone who has like a lot of romantic endeavors, or like a lot of romantic people associated with them, like a lot of crushes, or people who are crushing on them. Like, your life is just very filled with romance, is what they would say. But this is kind of hidden from them. So I'm also just tuning into how the sun is shining onto this. It's like, I feel like the Ace of Cups energy, this is something that they assume about you, right? That you have a lot of people who are interested in you, a lot of like suitors, and a lot of yeah, like just a lot of, you know, people just kind of crushing on you as well. You're very popular, very attractive to other people, and this person just sees themselves as one of those people who are interested in you, who are kind of crushing on you. But you know, it's like this is all like their assumptions of you, right? So yeah, there's love, there's compassion here. This person does want to pour more energy into your relationship, but they're kind of afraid that, you know, you're just not going to be interested in them because you have so many other people, right? But it's something that they're assuming with all this, like the darkness showing up here. It's like they're assuming that. Also, again, talking about assuming things, with the Wheel of Fortune, they're also assuming you're very lucky. You're just someone who they perceive as someone with very good luck. And yeah, you have good fortune, like overall very good fortune. You're someone who doesn't struggle with change, repetitive patterns, or like recurring life lessons. You're someone who just goes through life and just takes each day at a time. You're very flowy, right? You're very much like a go with the flow, allowing type of person. You don't struggle so much with change from their perspective, right? So That's not necessarily the truth again. So let's see what else, Spirit. So let's see what else. We have creator air, very intelligent, very smart, very witty. Okay. Someone who is, again, like allowing, loose, someone who doesn't attach too strongly to things with creator air. We have limitations, inspire, innovations. Yeah, you're someone who's not going to look at limitations as something bad. As we were saying here with the buffalo, you know, you just like, the obstacles are not going to hold you back. The obstacles are like ways of resolving things for you. You're someone who's just not held back by stuff that are quote unquote on your way or on your road. You're not disheartened by it. You kind of just move with it, move through it. We have creator earth here as well. So someone who dares to dream, someone who is very, very aligned with nature. You might love to go to nature. Your person views you as someone who goes on walks often or just spends a lot of time in nature. Someone who gardens or likes flowers, likes plants, likes gardening. And they also see you as a person who would hug trees, or they've already seen you hug a tree, right? In flow with money. They see you as someone who is prosperous, someone who is abundant, someone who just doesn't have trouble with money all that much. So one more card, please, Spirit. Okie doke. We have imbalance and what else? We have imbalance and magic happens when you most expect it. So yeah, you're very much a person who tries to be balanced. Again, like with the King of Cups, very mature, very balanced, emotionally intelligent person as well. Very knowledgeable about emotions. And magic happens in every moment. Like things just magically happen for you. Things just magically occur in your life. And your person's like, how do how does magic happen for them so easily, right? I'm not even sure where I want to put this card. So imbalance, flow with money, magic happens. Like you manifest things effortlessly and they're like, how? Fill your cup with sacred giggles. Yeah, you're also a very like giggly person. Some of you might benefit from listening to group number 1 as well with this deck, with this card and this card, just imbalance and magic. It just feels like, you know, you're a very giggly, very joyful person as well. But they just kind of see that with other people. Like sometimes you are going to be giggly and joyful with them as well, but they just wish you were more giggly and joyful with them because they kind of, you know, just want more of that. And they wish you would express that more to them, like a giggly happiness, joyfulness, being able to be yourself more with them. You just kind of wish for that. Because yeah, they just feel like you're not as giggly with them, not as often as they would want at least. So let's see, let's just look at this deck now. So the Arcana of Astrology, and then let's finish this off. So let's see, group number 2, how do they view group number 2, please, Spirit? How do they view group number 2? Jupiter, Capricorn. Ooh, okay. So Jupiter energy. Jupiter, Capricorn energy. So again, very expansive. Jupiter is also representing the Wheel of Fortune card. We have Hygieia. So someone who works in medicine or is like a healer of some kind. Someone who also likes things to be tidy, cleanly, clean. Cleanliness is important to you. We have Neptune, also dreaminess. Emotionality, and 10th house. I'm just going to leave it here. So with the 10th house on the bottom of the deck. So let us go into this. With Jupiter, you're obviously incredibly abundant. You have no trouble manifesting things. You're someone who brings things into their being, into creation effortlessly. Jupiter is like a philosopher energy. It's also the energy of the Wheel of Fortune. So it's all about expansion, positivity, luck, risking, sometimes gambling your life, or like gambling, taking a risk, but then like benefiting a lot from that. You're also very knowledgeable, in search for something all the time. Your person sees you like you're always digging for something, searching for something, and have a certain wanderlust about you. You're also very like hardworking, very much focused on your image, focused on who you are, how you show up in the world to others. You're very determined, very hardworking. logical, focused, very respectful as well. Sometimes you can be a little bit insecure about yourself, but overall you're just someone who is, from their perspective, very focused on respect, success, can be opportunistic occasionally, but overall manifests whatever they want. You know, you're someone who is going to work hard towards succeeding, work hard towards their success, and is going to manifest that success as well. It's like, yeah, you're going to manifest it. It's like not even a question for you, right? Then with Hygieia energy, there's this feeling of, as I said, like medicine worker, someone who helps others in some way, like psychotherapy or just, medicine, doctors, medical workers in general. What else? There's a feeling here of focusing on things being clean and things being healed. So a sense of purity from that. Clearing things out as well. You have a strong focus on the body, so how we heal the body, how we focus on the body. You could be interested in nutrition as well, just practicing that area, for example, like eating habits, exercising, how we interact with our environment. Just a big proponent of health. You are a big proponent of health, and overall just like you like to have things be clear, like minimalistic lifestyle. I'm not sure if that resonates for you guys. Like some of you might have like so many things in your homes, but with Hygieia, it just feels like your person sees you as someone who would be or feels aligned with a very clean, minimalistic lifestyle, right? It's very like Scandinavian living type of lifestyle. Yeah, also with Neptune, you're just very dreamy, right? Very dreamy, mystical as well. Occasionally, like, how do I even understand them? It's that type of feeling sometimes, like your person doesn't fully get it, get what you're saying to them. So they see you as someone who is spiritual, someone who is quite mystical, spiritual, someone who has sometimes a very mystical way of speaking as well. It's again, that's something that they're like, what the heck is going on over there? Like, you just have this certain awareness that is different from other people's, that this person encounters. They're curious about that, right? So it's something that's interesting to them, it's something that attracts them to you as well. You're also seen as someone who likes to have their own like solitude, someone who retreats into their solitude, like into their little hermit cave here and there, and just kind of stands there and spends some time there. They like to give you your space when you need that. And yeah, anything else, like there's a certain feeling here of being psychic or being very very aware of certain things. There might be also some synchronicities that like fully connect the two of you in an interesting way, and I feel like your person just finds that to be very, very curious, very interesting, the way that you guys are connected to each other, or the way that like synchronicity has played out in your life. They might also dream about you, and they're kind of thinking, oh, they might have influenced that. Like group number 2 definitely influenced me that I dreamed about them today. They kind of contribute, like, or give you a certain like mystical power, a certain like spiritual witchy power as well. Okay, so with the 10th house on the bottom of the deck, overall you're someone who is associated or likes status, right? Likes a certain social status, likes to focus on being good at your career or whatever it is that you do. You don't mind being in the spotlight at work. Yeah, like your reputation is important to you, is what your person would think of you. And again, it might not be true. It might be that for some of you, they're kind of projecting this. But yeah, your status is important to you. From your person's perspective, your work is important to you. Your career is important to you. Your dream job, your ability to complete large goals and advance your career, that's what is important to you. Like destiny, promotion, social roles, like working on whatever it is that you love is important to you. So yeah, Your Highness is what I just wanted to say. So Your Highness, thank you so much for tapping into this tarot reading with me. Hope you enjoyed. Hope your eminence found this good and interesting and fun to listen to. So if you want to book a personal tarot reading, you can book for 50% off down below. That's an offer that's, you know, just only going to be available for December. So check that out if you're interested. If you want to get 18 plus readings, check out Patreon. The link is down below. Thank you for your presence and thank you for sharing your energy. It was super fun tuning into you and your energy here from your person's perspective of you. So let me know if this is like accurate from your person's perspective, you know, if it's on point or if it's not, or what is, what isn't, down below in the comment section. So thank you for tuning in. Love you guys so very much. Hope to see you again soon in the next video. Make sure to like and subscribe and I'll see you soon. Bye. Namaste. Hello, group number 3. Welcome to your reading. So you have picked the Dragon card today for your reading on how does your person or the person that is on your mind, whoever it is, it doesn't need to be a love connection, think about you. So we still have a little bit of sun present here in these like 2 little strands, right? So that's already a message for you guys. So how does your person see you? They see you as someone who is quite elusive, difficult to get a hold of. Like you have a lot going on in your life. It's like difficult for you to be present. It's like you're on the periphery of their life right now. They want you to be more present. They want to feel your warmth, the warmth of your being more often. They miss you, right? So your person misses you. You're on the fringe of their awareness often as well. Like very poetic words coming through here. You're very special. With the dragon energy, you're very special, you're very majestic. You're a very, very powerful person in your person's perspective. You have a very knowing look. With this dragon, like the eye is especially like focused, and it just feels like you have a knowing look. You know stuff. There's something that you know that you don't really share, you know. So your person's like, oh, group number 3 knows stuff. But, you know, group number 3 doesn't share what they know a lot of the time. So there's a certain deep knowing that they know you know something, whatever it is, you know something. But it's like you're not going to share a lot of that. You're someone who is like very like in tune with yourself in a very like practical way as well. Like a grounded shaman energy is what this is showing up as. Very playful, but also like super like sovereign, in tune with themselves. There's a sovereignty to you. Also like the ability to alchemize a lot of things. Like there's a certain mastery to you overall. Mastery, sovereignty, a shamanic way of living. Like living in attunement with nature and like that more like animist perception of things as well. Like everything has a soul type of feeling. It's showing up here. What else? You have a natural way to like perceive the truth as well from your person's perspective. Again, like they see you as someone who is a very ethereal being, someone difficult to get a hold of, but also like very ethereal. Like, you know, look at that color here, just the sun showing up, and it's just giving this sense of wow, that's powerful. That's like illumination coming through. So the dragon sees everything overall. That's its essence. Its essence has been with us since before our first breath. So it also navigates us or watches us navigate the external world as well as our internal world or inner world. So overall, you know, you are someone who is always going on certain journeys internally within yourself. Your person also sees you as someone who is a very wise, like a grounded wisdom type of person, like very, very grounded wisdom, hardcore grounded wisdom, very, very high level. And also like you have a strong awakened inner world. You know how to navigate yourself in the external world, like you have profoundly good boundaries. And you're very courageous, visionary, someone who has a view of the world and is going to like powerfully stand in that view of what they consider to be right, or what they consider to be the vision of the next situation or the next world. Yeah, we have Firefly next for you. So with firefly energy, it's just like you bring light. That's that warmth energy that I was tapping into. Like you bring a sense of warmth to your person. Your person feels so nice when you are around. There's just something about you that makes them feel warm inside. And whenever you're not around them, they miss you profoundly. Whenever they're not in contact with you, they miss you profoundly. Like this person, I feel like they don't tell you all these things. They don't tell you just how much they appreciate you or just how important you are in their lives. But this just feels like, oh my gosh, you're so lovely. They really do adore you. This is like a paternal, maternal energy that's coming through here with firefly energy. It's like, I love your spark. I love who you are. Thank you for being you type of feeling. You really do light up their world, make it more happy, make it more just joyful in general. You make them giggle, make them smile, just make them see the positive situation often as well. So you're very inspiring, very like creative as well. Yeah. Also, like sometimes I feel like your person views you as someone who can burn out quite easily as well, or someone who can use up their energy very easily and like needs to replenish often. Okay. So let's see what we have with the tarot. Okay, so we have the Three of Pentacles. So some of you could work with this person. It's just like additional information coming through here for you guys. So the Three of Pentacles, we have the Fool energy showing up here. Okay, so we have the Sun card showing up here. Beautiful Sun energy, Sun card. We have the Eight of Wands showing up for you guys as well. Let me just move this more to the side so that we have a bit more space. So very spontaneous. You don't mind heading into the unknown, don't mind being a pioneer. Very, very strong energetically, like you're very strong energetically, quick mover. We have the Six of Swords showing up here as well. And we have the Hanged Man showing up for you guys. Okay, lovely energy. So with the Hanged Man, you have the ability to step out of your perspective in a very, very special, profound way, in a way that helps you see things from other people's viewpoints, other people's perspectives very easily. You are someone who is very, very aware of life, of situation. You're someone who looks at the world differently, is how your person would describe you. You're also always on the journey from the like the past difficulty towards something better. So you're always on a journey towards something better. You're always kind of improving yourself, but not in a sense of putting pressure on yourself by doing that, just kind of improving yourself and going with the flow all the time, kind of spiraling forward. So with the Sun card, there is this like awakening energy to you. There's a feeling of joy, a feeling of inspiration, a feeling of warmth again. I love the Sun here. Your person, I feel like they feel like they don't get to see that a lot, or just don't get to be in tune with that quality of you a lot, but they love it when it shows up, like that sunny, joyful, loving energy. When it shows up, it is lovely and they're so grateful for it. So it's also really very infectious as well. Just with all these sunflowers in the back as well, it just feels like they really, really adore it when you are in like this joyful, fulfilled being, because it also seeps into everything around you. So you're very much someone who is a quick mover, who is speedy, someone who takes action very quickly, might be a bit too impulsive occasionally, just from your person's viewpoint of view. You like to jump into things, right? So you like to just jump into the unknown, jump into things. You like to be very spontaneous. Occasionally, I feel like that stresses out your person, just because they're not like that, is what I'm tapping into here. Like it stresses them out when you're very, very spontaneous and they're like, oh my gosh, what are you doing? Is that going to be all right? So it's like a very caring parent. Your person feels like they're like a guardian or a caring parent towards you. It's just like the energy that they're tapping into right now. That's how they're showing up. Anyway, they think of you as someone who is very good in a team. They consider the two of you to be good team workers as well. Like you're good in a team, you're good when you work together. They consider you to be someone who is also like very diligent, good worker in general, within this workplace, wherever you're at. You're also like very innocent. You have this sort of purity about you, a trust in the universe, in other people, in your relationships with the Fool. Sometimes your person does consider you to be a fool because you're trusting from their perspective. It's like blindly trusting other people, but you're like, nah, I'm going to go for it. From their perspective, again, so do be mindful, this is your person's perspective of you. So not everything could resonate or has to resonate. So what else? Yeah, very joyful, very, very confident. And like you have this way of expressing your inner child to the world, to other people. That's inspiring them. So with the Fool energy, I just kind of return very quickly to this one. It's like you see opportunities that are not yet there. You are divinely protected. So I feel like Spirit likes you taking risks as well. There's a certain Jupiterian abundant energy in all of this. And I feel like your person just sees you as someone who likes to start new things, someone who likes to have new things happen to them, someone who is always like trying to, again, work towards something better, have something be better in their life, like just working towards development and an increase in well-being, an increase in prosperity, but also overall in well-being and how you are thinking about yourself. There's again a certain ethereal quality to you that it's difficult to put their hand on, but it just gives you a sense of like strength. You have like this strong perception of the world, like there is something that you see that is out of this person's grasp. With the Hanged Man especially, it's like there's a certain visionary quality to you, a certain quality of being a pioneer to you. I just heard you're going to do great things, or you are a great thing. You are a great being. With the Hanged Man. Yeah. Just your ability to see things differently is your power from this person's perspective. That's how they view you. That's how they think of you. Okay, so let's see what else wants to show up here. So we're going to get a couple of cards from the Sacred Creators Oracle, just to see what wants to show up. So we have Leo energy here, predominantly Leo energy. A little bit of Jupiter energy kind of showing up, or like randomly. Also, like you're someone who is in touch with their emotions a great deal with the Hanged Man. So let's see. Let's see. I also see you as someone who likes to help others. Just with this card here, you like to help others out of their own difficulty or out of dark places. So let's see, how does group number 3's person, the one that's on their mind, view group number 3? The distraction of shiny things. Okay, so distraction of shiny things. You are someone who gets distracted by things a lot. So that might make you, just difficult to get a hold of as well. You just get distracted often, is what's coming through here. We have Feed Your Artist. Yeah, you're very creative. You're very artistic. You're a person who sees like beauty in really small things, or in like things that people don't necessarily notice. You might write poetry, or just from this person's perspective, you might draw, write poetry, or have another way of expressing yourself creatively. But also like you get distracted by things a lot, like certain pretty things, certain shiny things. They think you like glitter. So not sure where that's really coming from, but I feel like your person just feels like you like glitter with the distraction of shiny things here. You like pretty things as well. You're like a magpie a little bit, like, ooh, what's that? That's interesting. Like, let me go grab it. It's that type of feeling to you. Like there's a bit of what I heard or just tapped into now is like a nutty professor vibe. Like you're just a little bit like, yeah, that's interesting. Whoa, let's go here. It's like this sort of whimsical energy to you that's very adorable. And like, yeah, it's like distraction, like you get distracted easily. Could be ADHD a little bit as well. You could have like a bit of those elements in you. Not saying that you have that, but just like it's a bit of like that scattered energy that's very, very cute, very adorable. Okay. So let's see. It's from your person's perspective, at least. It's very adorable. I'm not saying in general. So shift the way to new potential. You are always moving to new things, always moving to new potentials, to new energy, to new horizons in your life. There's a feeling here of like always being on the go, always being in some type of flow, on the move. There's always like something really profound happening to you. Yeah, that's also it. Like your person sees you as someone who's always got very profound things happening to them. It's like, what the heck, because your person is like, I'm just living my life, I'm just going to my 9 to 5 job, just doing these things. And it's like you always have such stuff going on, or at least that's how it feels like to them, like there's always something going through you, something moving through you. You're always processing something, whether it's energetic or emotional. There's always something going on with you that's very exciting and interesting. Accept and receive. So overall, very accepting person of the situations that you're in, very receptive, acceptive and receptive, accept and receive. It's like you don't have a problem with how things are moving. You kind of go with the flow of things, but that's not saying that you're passive. You're definitely active in everything that you do, but it's like you don't push it. You don't necessarily make things happen or force things to happen. That's a good way to put it. You don't force things to happen. You go with the flow of things and you like inspire things to happen through that flow. Okay. And what else? We have overthinking can spoil the magic. Okay, so sometimes your person also thinks that you really overthink things. Like you really, really overthink things. You think too much. It's like too much of this in one direction. Yeah, you might also sometimes overthink this person's just actions, is how they perceive you, right? So you're sometimes overthinking, or sometimes just overthinking what other people are doing around you as well. We have creator water, gorgeous. So with creator water, it's almost like you're ever changing, ever growing, ever shifting. With creator water, what's coming through is a saying like you can never step in the same water twice, or in the same river twice. In the same river, that's the saying, like Heraclitus, I feel, not sure though. Yeah, it's like you are always shifting, you're always changing. Your person always meets a different person when they meet you. It's like you're always a little bit different. There's always something like shifted about you, right? And they can feel into that. They can feel into that very, very powerfully. What else? With the water energy, you're always in flow. As I said before, you rely heavily on your intuition as well. That's something that makes you the fool occasionally from their perspective, right? You always have like a lot of ideas like bubbling underneath the surface, and you are very dreamy. You're very idealistic, very dreamy as a person. You have a lot of insight. You might have like certain healing abilities, or just your presence is quite healing and cleansing for your person. Yeah, you have like a strong emotional depth to you as well. Strong intuition, strong emotional depth. Yeah, like you rely heavily on your intuition to know what is right, to feel into what is right for you. And you also like fully feel your emotions or fall into your emotions a lot. Like you do that a lot from a person's perspective. Like that's how they would see you, right? You also might just like water a lot, is what's coming through here. Like you like to be in water. I see you as a person who really likes to be around or in water, like just going to the ocean, swimming in the ocean, swimming in the sea, in the lake, wherever you can find water. You're going to immerse yourself in water. They might also just see you as someone who really loves to drink water as well. Maybe you have a water bottle with you at all times, and it's like, yo, they like water. So that's what's coming through. So let's just get you some of the Arcana of Astrology cards for the end now and see where that takes us. And then we're going to finish this off. Love how the sun is playing with the spread. So how you can also interpret this is like this is more illuminated for your person, like these qualities of yours, and this is like more in the shadow right now. Okay, so this is something that they might not be so strongly aware of, but it's still present in their awareness often, but this is something that they're more strongly aware of about you. So feed your artist, your artistic abilities, your ability to think outside of the box, your ability to perceive things differently, distraction, the ability to jump into things, and like teamwork, hard work, being a worker, maybe just working together with this person, you know, is something that's really highlighted for them right now. And this is more like not as highlighted for them right now in your life. So that's just something that you can just keep an eye on here because of the light playing with us, with the sun collaborating literally with us throughout this whole pick a card reading. That's so lovely. So let's see group number 3. How does your person see you here? Let's see, how do they see you? We have the energy of the 8th house showing up. Okay, what else? Ooh. We have Cancer showing up. So let's just get a couple of cards up here. Let's go read. We have lunar eclipse. Wow, cool, interesting. So it's like, yeah, wow. It's just like you have a lot of things always going on behind the scenes, because the solar eclipse is just very much in your face. The lunar eclipse feels like it's more like emotional, more internal. Let's see what else. So we have, okay, what do we have? We have Gemini showing up. We have a little bit of Aries here. Not sure if it wants to come through. Does it want to come through? Yeah, it does. Okay, so Aries energy for you guys as well. Just going to take one more card. Okay, so this one also wants to come through. This is the waxing gibbous moon. Okay, and we have the 6th house on the bottom of the deck. Okay, so yeah, okay, powerful, interesting spread for you guys. So with the energy of the 8th house here, this is the energy of Scorpio, the energy of Pluto. So your person sees you as someone who is again mystical, mysterious. Mysterious is a huge one for you. A little bit like you have a witchy vibe or a sorcerer, magician vibe to you a bit. You are someone who delves deep into themselves, and you're always like transforming yourself, always renewing yourself. There's a spiritual metamorphosis going through you at all times. Like there's something going through you at all times. It's just that type of feeling. You're also someone who is very self-reflective. Not sure if I said that before. Sometimes you feel a little bit dangerous to your person as well, just with the Fool, like with you jumping into the unknown. And with Aries here, you like to question the status quo, and you like to sometimes be like incredibly rebellious with your actions as well, to the point that it's very like intense rebellion. And I feel like they just kind of are like, whoa, that's what they are doing, you know, wow, powerful. But they kind of like to stay on the sidelines of all of that. But yeah, overall there's a certain mysteriousness to you, a deep connection with your emotions again, and someone who likes to do shadow work, like someone who loves to do shadow work. I'm not sure if your person would necessarily say you do shadow work, you know, if they're actually familiar with those concepts, but yeah, you do shadow work. So it's like diving deeper into yourself is like a quality that you share that's very profound, just with the Aries and the 8th house here. Sometimes this leads to some type of things that get like a little bit destroyed or shifted in your external environment as well. So yeah, with that being said, Cancer is the next one. So Cancer is nurturing house, family. So connecting with your family is important to you from your person's perspective of you again. Being a nurturer, being a mother or a father potentially, you know, is important to you. You have a lot of nurturing instincts around you or inside of you. You like to care for other people from your person's perspective. Again, you're very tender, protective, receptive. Sometimes they see you as someone who is insecure, moody. Sometimes you can be very smothering or just a lot as well. And sometimes they kind of see you as someone who kind of holds grudges a little bit, or someone is just a little bit like, you know, is just a little bit annoyed with how things are. Just a bit like moody is what, yeah, moody is how I would say it. Okay, so yeah, with the lunar eclipse, you always have, again, things going on inside of you, as I said before. and you like illuminate things for people. So you bring through messages from your intuition or what you perceive intuitively and illuminate things for people often. Like you share certain truths with people often that illuminate certain hidden emotional connections, right? So you work almost like as a sage for other people, or a crone for other people, as an oracle for other people often, because you have this strong ability to just intuitively tune into things, like something that you naturally do. Like with the dragon here, it's like you naturally do these things anyway, so it's just like the awareness is kind of already there for you. Like, right, with Gemini, you're very inquisitive, sometimes very mischievous as well, which annoys your person. So mischievous, it's very cute sometimes, but also like, annoying sometimes. There's that overthinker energy with Gemini as well. Very social, very witty, very, very intellectual, sometimes quite, someone who has very, very strong opinions or strong perceptions about things as well. But overall, very intellectual, very witty, very social, very fun. Sometimes overthinking to a great extent as well. So we have sixth house here also with Virgo, with Mercury energy. So with Mercury and Virgo energy, this is all about just focusing on your to-do list, getting things done, being disciplined. You like to work, you like to do just the grind. You enjoy that occasionally from your person's perspective again. So you like to make lists. You're a very conscientious person. You're someone who likes to have things clean as well in your house, or just tidy, right? So, but also very conscientious. You get the work done. You have a certain to-do list. You have your work routine. You have a lot of confidence in like these areas of your life as well. So what else? We have waxing gibbous moon here, right? Waxing gibbous moon. So with waxing gibbous moon, it's very strongly associated with the sixth house, which is all about perfection. So with the waxing gibbous moon, this one is about perfection, like tending to the finer details of things. So you're someone who also, like, you're a broad thinker. You're someone who thinks outside the box, but also you like to have things be perfect, you know. It's especially like connected to certain things, not everything, of course, but like certain things they need to be perfect, and you're very like particular about that. So yeah, you like to focus on the finer details of situations, of things. Sometimes you like to like nitpick things as well, like take them apart, which is where the overthinking comes from. Like with Gemini, that's very strongly associated. But also you like to enjoy the beauty of things as well. But yeah, there's a certain feeling here of very strong detail-oriented mind, right? So with that being said, that's where we're going to finish this off. With Aries, it's just again rebellious nature coming through, like someone who goes against the status quo, goes against the grain to do things their own way. That's present for you as well here. Someone who is like questioning societal norms as well, someone who doesn't care about being unconventional. So that's basically your energy occasionally as well with Aries. So thank you for tuning in, my darlings. Hope this gives you some more clarity and guidance on your path. Thank you so much for tuning in to me, to the star reading, and also to the sun collaborating today with us. What else? Yeah, if any of you want to book a personal tarot reading, you can book down below through the coffee website for 50% off right now in December. So get down there, check out your tarot readings if you want any. And if you are wanting to tap into 18 plus tarot readings, check out Patreon. The links are down below in the description box and in the pinned comment. So thank you so much for joining me today for this tarot reading. Let me know how this video was for you in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you guys very soon in the next one. Have a beautiful day. Hope you're spending your time in a very tender, loving way, and I'll see you soon in the next. Bye. Namaste.